welcome back to Wasteland Games. It's 2025. This is one of the first shows that I've recorded for this year. Hopefully it will be a good year and I will get my subscriber count up to over 1,000 and I will start streaming here within the next week or two. It is the first week of January, the first full week of January when I'm recording this. So it's the week of the 6th. It is also the first snowstorm in the state in which I live. It could technically be classified as a blizzard. We got that going for us too today. Now then. Actually, I kind of like the way that looks. Anyway, so here's the deal. We are going to go take a look at a couple best builds and at a couple regular camps and hopefully find something cool at both. I'm going to have to change the name of my series. My son, who is 11, has informed me that calling something a shitbox is not necessarily a good form of context whenever you're talking about someone's camp. Although now we have pets, we still don't have litter boxes. Okay, so let's see. This is a best build, and we'll wait for it to finish loading in because it's obviously not yet. Let's see who made this little beauty. This place is made by Gummy Synod. The preview is white picket fence with a greenhouse. This is a prefab, which automatically gives them 2 points. So this is their preview image. Let's take a look and see if they changed it since they posted it. Well, let's see now. Open up preview. No, looks pretty good. I mean, looks almost exactly the same. Yeah, I had the wrong weapon ready. Sorry. Alright. So we got a greenhouse. It's got 2 doors, one to the inside, one to the out. Not a bad little setup. The fence could be a little lower, but then again, this fence is not exactly the easiest thing to work with in general. Especially on this kind of terrain where it's kind of wonky. The prefab itself, let's see how much they got decorated. So we got the porch, got a sitting room and a dining room. This is their kitchen, which isn't terrible, but they don't have... It doesn't look like the person that built this knows how to do merges at all, which is fine.
If you're here for the show, you're a bit premature. Oh, don't worry, darling. It happens to everyone.
So one of the things I've noticed about this prefab in particular is, even though it is a nice building and you have a lot of space in it, people tend to get caught up in the actual decoration of it and tend to forget that it is a prefab in a building in the apocalypse. So like this place still looks relatively nice. It looks really good. But you have inevitably rooms like this with nothing in them. That's because you eventually run out of budget. The reason why you run out of budget is because you do things like putting lights in areas where you don't need them, or putting so much stuff stacked into one area that you don't, although you define it as a child's room and a bathroom, it's still not, I don't know how to put it other than built up in a way that makes sense. Like, I guess this is the rape room. Moving right along. Yep, gotta be. Either that or that's where the super mutants sleep. And then up here you got your workroom with all your stuff in it and that you need to actually play the game, and it's in the top of your thing. Okay, first things first. I understand not everybody has a lot of the materials that are available in this game, meaning building items. Not everybody has the same stuff. You have access to it, some of it through the atomic shop, some of it through the White Springs, some of it from other places where you can buy stuff in game anyway. Some of it through quests, some of it, I mean, just in general, some of it from old scoreboards. I get it, not everybody has everything. But that being said, this place feels way under decorated for what it is. And it mainly goes to the fact that they put this white picket fence all around it. It's kind of a waste. At least in this area. If you're going to do it, if you're going to use a fence like this, pick an area where one side of your camp is secure. Say a cliff. Something like that. If you're going for a look. I mean, I get it. This place is relatively nice. It's got the little trail out here. But it doesn't have a road anywhere to it except for way over there. You got beavers and mole rats running all around this area. And you've also got the haunted camp. Well, not haunted, but, you know, goofy thing down the road. It's perfect for Halloween, but, like, the problem with this kind of camp is this building itself requires a lot more space and a lot more items than this thing has in it. So that means you need to sacrifice on security, so no turrets, or if you do, use the ones that have their own power, so you don't have to string the power all across the damn building to get it there. And yeah, I mean, so I grade camps on a scale of 1 to 10. You get 2 points if you use a prefab, you get 1 point if you have a bathroom. They have both. So there's 3 points. I give you points for style, decoration skills, general placement. I give you points for creativity. I give you points for all that kind of stuff. Gummy's camp here is only going to rate him about a 5. And it's not a bad camp. It's actually a really nice camp. But the reason why it's only a 5 is because they kind of lost everything in it. I mean, I don't know what their budget is like. I don't know if they still have budget. I'm assuming they probably do. But they also don't have a complete camp either. There's rooms that are empty. There's rooms that are just totally malused. Like this one right here, this is your kitchen, right? You could put a small kitchenette right over here, a little, you know, where you'd have breakfast necessarily, not necessarily in your main dining room. And your dining room table, well, it should have more than 3 chairs. Overall decorative talent, they have potential. That's what I see here is potential. That's why I'm giving them a 5. But it is not really that great a camp. I mean, it's okay. Let's see if I can find one that's actually really good. Let's go check out the Mothman Cultist build. It's a cathedral, and it's by Day of the Fred. Alright, let's go check it out, see what we come up with. Fast travel there, 42 caps. I have a feeling I'm going to regret spending 42 caps to come to this place. Not that caps are that big of a problem to find or to make in-game, just the fact that this camp is probably... Alright, let's see what we got. I'll take a look at the preview. Okay, so it has the bell tower and some buildings built out around it. Let's see what we've got. It's got 25 upvotes too, so somebody thinks it's good. So we've got a Halloween-y themed sort of Mothman church. cathedral. Let's go up the bell tower first, which is a prefab. Which they gave us a set of stairs like this, but they don't function as well as this. And we have a prefab that effectively has nothing in it. Okay. So you used it. Creepy clown. Dog food maker. This thing gives you acid. That thing gives you plants. Fusion core charger. Butter churn. Robot. Bit of a Nuka-Cola theme. This is the kitchenette. Nothing really merged, just some stuff stacked in place. That's power to go in through the wall. Come back out here, you've got the viewing area for your propaganda. We're hanging off the side of a cliff here, by the way. Let's see. Garden area and bed. Yes, this thing right here is a bed, technically. Looking around here. Garden seems to be a little bare. It's like they didn't even bother to put the plants in yet. Or they haven't had a chance yet. My thing is, if you're going to submit a best build, at least submit it with all of the stuff in it. If that makes any sense. Ooh. We have the cathedral. And all the plushies are here worshipping the great god. I mean, Mothman. Yeah, Mothman. If you look there, you can see one of the problems with this is it looks like his foundations are out of whack on the back section. Go take a look at that now. Oh, and this is their game room slash toy room. It's like all the stuff you collect in game. They've even got the asylum dresses and a few of the Fosnock masks that are rare. I'm not going to check out their vaults because their vaults really aren't something that I care about. But I do care about this back here. So the easy way to do a half height raised area is using the metal post out of the stair columns. You place it on the foundation that you want to use as your transition point to go up, and then you just raise it up into place. Then you don't have this problem. See that? So this place has no bathroom unless it's inside the vault, which it could be. Not saying it's not. Nope, nope, my mistake. Here's a bathroom. Total mistake on my part. So we've got 3 points. This is kind of a collector's camp. I mean, it's the whole point of this is to show off all the crap that they've got, including the plushies and all the crap in here. Build quality is decent. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm only giving them a 5 as well, by the way. This right here is, like I said, fixable. Easily fixable. All you do is you put the steel post right here and raise the foundation up to lock it in place. Once it locks in place, you remove the post, set the rest of your foundations to that height, and you'll have no seams, no holes in your builds. You can even come back if you want and put half walls in along the back here to change out the foundation's textures to make it fit better, so you don't have the concrete block texture, and you'll have, well, an effective way of underpinning. It's just if you do that, you want to make sure that whatever section you decide to place your stairs in, you come back in and you destroy that half wall, place your stairs, then repair it, and then and only then apply a wallpaper to it. Otherwise, you'll wind up having issues getting it to place properly. If you try and go the other route. But yeah, I mean, not a bad build. Not a great build, but not a bad build. It has potential. It just has some things that needs to be tweaked. And it doesn't look like it's really done. That's my whole thing. It doesn't feel done. It doesn't really look done either. But let's go check out one more just to be safe. It is all the way up here. The River Greenhouse home build. Let's see now. This one looks like it should be maybe up near the waterfall. Or maybe right at the waterfall. We'll go check. No, hold on. Waterfall is right here off this plain. It is right down in this area right here. So this has to be somewhere else. There's a water line that runs from this area that goes down towards Gulper Lagoon, which could be where they're at. Alright, we'll go take a quick peek. See what they got. This will be the last one for the night. Last one for this episode. I gotta come up with a new name for this. I guess dumpster fires or best builds will work. Dumpster fires is what I call everything because, in all honesty, a lot of things are just shit burning. But I can't use shit boxes anymore. My kid doesn't like it. And since he helps me with editing and getting some of the stuff that I plan on doing together, by the way, if you need technical support for certain softwares and things like that, check out his channel. He does have
And
one,
what
and he's
would
actually
you
really good.
like for a present this year? Please
Ooh,
note,
evolved.
deadly weapons are not a permitted response. Error. Based
So
on
we have
current
the
number of registered
this is
naughty
the
children,
river that goes down
this
towards Gulper
unit
Lagoon.
is suffering from a severe coal shortage.
That's a nice transition there. A vendor bot. I guess they wanted more light down below, so they went ahead and used the glass there as well. The only problem with the glass in this game, the glass ceilings, is that, well, rain comes through them. So, the occlusion on them isn't quite right. That goes outside, and I will look for that later. I didn't see any prefabs here. Nice little workroom. Nice little kitchen. Not as small as some of the ones I've built, but still nice. And they substituted in a working sink for the sink that's in this chemistry bench. It's not a bad merge. It's not really a good one either. Could be done just a little better. And they should really put a fire underneath this thing. Although putting the lights inside of it's a nice touch. This puts us out on the lower level, which is where their games and all that stuff are. Then you've got the campsite that they built over top of. See, most people would have tried to incorporate that into their build, but this guy decided to use it as a floor feature, so you can see it, but not really appreciate it for what it is. And the reason why most people would try to incorporate it into their build is this right here. Because this is rare. Skeleton that actually has their arms spread out, actually in a barrel. I mean, it's rare to find skeletons that are doing things that are cool. Plus you got the green guy here. But this is his back section here. I mean, there's a bunch of... Technically, there's supposed to be... If I remember this area properly, there's like... It was supposed to be a swimming hole.
Failure
they were
case.
going to shoot the tubes
Feature.
down
Possess 2 heads.
to Gulper,
Cannot
through Gulper Lagoon,
resolve.
basically. Yeah. Not a bad spot, really. You hardly ever see anybody build here. Now, build quality. Good transitions between floors. Nicely done. Well thought out, well done. Problem. There's really no kind of safety rails anywhere in this place. There's also no,
Happy
well, except for that one
holidays.
down there. There's none up here at all. There's also no
This unit has been programmed with the task of wishing
bathroom, no
all
prefab.
who cross
So
its
that's,
path a
I'm going to
happy
double check and make
holiday.
sure, just to make sure I
Initiating
didn't miss it somewhere.
happy holidays.
See, my thing is, whenever I build one of these places, I mean, I could have missed it. Whenever I build a place, I like to think of it as either a house, a warehouse, or a garage. The reason that I do that is because I need a frame of reference whenever I'm decorating it. This guy played in Nuclear Winter. At least according to that little sign there.
Oh, no. Everyone appears to have died. This is terrible. Error. Tier levels dropping to catastrophic levels. Rebooting. Complete. Oh.
Anka Lagoon 99. Lagoon 99 maybe? I don't know. Anyway, so on a scale of 1 to 10, this thing automatically loses 3 points. It's also not really that great a build. It's decent, but it's not great. To be honest, the two that were here earlier that we looked at are probably on par with it. So I would say this one is right about a 6. Mainly because everything in it is something that the person built. But the problem with that is the same problem that you have with that big prefab. It doesn't really feel like it's completely decorated. The lower level is decorated. The mid level is sort of decorated. And the top level, well, it really doesn't have shit. And it doesn't really feel like a greenhouse other than the fact that they used the greenhouse tiles. They didn't really use the greenhouse, like, it doesn't have any plants in it. It doesn't feel welcoming, warm, or inviting in any way, shape, or form that would make you want to stay
Are not
here.
satisfied with your gift.
Plus, the problem with
This
building a building
unit
like this
is not
in this game
authorized to make
is
exchanges.
that you have limited your access to the stuff that you need to being on the bottom floor, which is fine. And you have your vendor up there up the top. But, I don't know. It's just not really that good a build. So I'm only going to give it a 6. And I'm only giving it a 6 because it has a merge. Otherwise it would be a 5, just like the other stuff. Now I know I give out a lot of 5s. That's because I either see potential in a build, or I can honestly say that it looks like it's half done. Like it's not complete. Like there's work to be done to it to finish it off. But these are best builds, you see. Best builds have a different level of expectation from me and most of the people that are builders in this game. Best builds are supposed to be done. They're supposed to be finished. You're supposed to look at it, find something that you like about it, and be awestruck by it, or at least be appreciative of the level of craft that goes into building it by the people that put it together. This thing, I mean, even with a few plants that it does have, which are minor at best and stuck around here, it's like, I don't know, it's just not that good. It really isn't. It's not bad. I like the fact that it has the transitional stairwells. I like the fact that they did it using foundations because it's something that I do. But it is also sort of done and sort of missing pieces. So a 5 or a 6 is about all it's really worth. But, yeah. It just, I don't know. It just doesn't feel right to give it anything higher than that. And it doesn't look like it deserves anything better than that. I'm going to look at the map one last time. See if there's anything on here new, because every once in a while a new one will pop in while I'm running around trying to do one of these things. And if one has, we'll go take a look. If not, well, we will go ahead and say goodnight. But before we go, I'll show you the build that I've been working on currently, which is up here. Now, the name is called the dock because I tore down a dock when I decided to build this. Because unlike, or like all of you, I don't have an infinite number of build slots. Alright. So, where did I put myself at? I am down here. We will go up one more time. You can adjust the place that you spawn at by moving your build camp module. Now, the problem with moving your camp module around is that it usually works better if you have 2 people to do it with, because you want somebody to hop in and figure out where they're spawning at and then adjust the camp module's location based off of that. And usually when you spawn in, it is a reflection of where this thing on top is pointing. So the easiest way to fix this for me is to do this. This is my dog Marco, by the way. And this is the camp. I'll go ahead and go into free cam mode so you can take a quick peek. That's not what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. Take the menu down, zoom up. Actually, bring the menu up, turn off depth of field. Ah, damn it. I hate it when I do that. I fumble fingers so much whenever I'm doing this. Yeah, dog, I know. It's funny for you. So here's my character, here's the build. I do have a weather dominator installed right now. If I remember right, it is the one from Pittsburgh. Oh, look. Super mutants have come to visit. I guess I better stop this and go kill them real quick. Excuse me for a minute. I don't want any cookies. Leave me alone. I got plenty of cookies of my own. Don't need yours. There we go. It's nice meeting you. There we go. Well, I think I've pretty much fixed my caps issue. As you can see here, you eventually get attacked. The location is up here by the little shack. Now then, going back in here, this is it without the weather dominator. And as we walk in, the weather dominator kicks in. The light lowers, and you get this kind of a pale blue tint from all the fog. I was going to use rain, but I'll be honest, this always looks better as far as lighting goes. I've got my own little workshop over here with a few little odds and ends in it that I didn't put in my house. 2 chargers. The Weather Dominator machine. Power, cockroach, food. My market is way over here. Right there. I mean, you got one here that says market, and then you got the guy in the trench coat over there for people that can't really find their own thing. This here is where we make people sets of cement shoes. We put them in the chair, strap them in, spin them around, pour the shoes, and, you know, they're ready to go. Got the hot tub here for some minor enjoyment. It's not a bad little place. It's a good location. It really is. But this is a kitchen that I built. Let's go ahead and turn that off. As you can tell, it is a lot more compact than what most people build for kitchens. And yes, I went ahead and stuck that in the fireplace because I thought it would be cool. And it is. It's amazing, really. Lighting is a nice mixture of warm and cold. Bathroom's right over here. You got a shower merged in with a bathtub and a busted toilet. Some other little odds and ends. Come around this way and you go upstairs and you get to your bedroom. Your bedroom also is where the grandfather clock is, and your bed, a couple little end tables, some little odds and ends here. A few little decorations, nothing big. And you come out here and you've got the grand piano. Not bad. Got a bird up here. Now the funny thing is, the dog that I have will eventually follow me everywhere in this place, including onto roofs and everywhere. If you haven't used them yet, I highly recommend checking them out. It's pretty damn fun. But we're going to go over here and I'm going to show you something that I thought was equally cool. So a while ago I got this little plunger here, right? I was like, what am I going to use that for as a switch? Well, the fact that you can do this, yeah, wrong thing. And it turns off. That is just too cool. But yeah, this is my house. It's the newest one that I've been working on. It is technically done. And I will have a more in-depth tour video of it up with some music here in a little bit. But I wanted you to see, if you're new here especially, because it's a new year, I wanted you to see the level of skill that I have as a builder, which is why I feel okay criticizing other people as builders. Because they deserve, especially best builds, they are asking to be criticized, they're asking to be liked, they're asking to show off their stuff to you. The only real problem that I have with best builds is the fact that there's no real curated system for them, and the fact that the best builds in general, if you have like Fallout First and you go onto your private world, you can't turn them off. That's my major complaint right there. Because say I was building this house, for instance, and I was working on it, and I jump on my private world and there's a best build here. Well, I can't do that anymore, can I? And because it's a private world, I have to jump into a regular game world for at least 20 minutes or so to make sure that my private world is cleared, and then try it again and see if it works. And it does sometimes, but it doesn't always, and it just irritates me, and I know it irritates other people. So I thought I'd mention it. But hey, it's neither here nor there. Anyway, if you enjoyed this and you like it, please like it and subscribe. Thank you much. I'm going to try and do some more live streams. Actually, I'm going to try and do a lot of live streams in the next year to get into that niche, get that under my belt, so to speak. I've also been working on music, which I will add a music video to the channel within the next couple days. If you are competing in Challenge 6, this is the last day that you can submit it. If you're not, that's fine. I have decided that I'm not going to do a Challenge 7. Instead, I'm going to come up with something else and see if you guys actually get involved. But I'm also thinking about just doing a few tutorials on merges and things like that. And if you're interested in that, please let me know in the comments. You guys have a good night. Have fun. Enjoy the game for what it is. Oh, and always diligently report the bugs that you find in the game. Take a picture or a video of it if you can. Add it to your report. It at least adds a little bit of more priority to them actually working on it, it seems. But